Okay. That's good or bad?
It ain't bad. It's good. I'm not trying to do.
I wasn't even
trying.
I'll tell you that wasn't good.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to do that. I was somewhere confused.
Yeah.
No, I like this. I think Kellen Moore, I get it. He didn't light the league on fire last year. But Kellen Moore overall has proven, I think, to be a good coordinator.
He has?
Yes. He was good in Dallas. He was. And I know they've been fine without him, but still, he did a good job in Dallas. They didn't look better against Green Bay.
They were great in the playoffs with Kellen Moore, Brew?
They weren't that bad.
Okay.
They weren't that bad. Who's not new is A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert. Who is new is Saquon Barkley. Of course, I got Saquon Barkley now. I'm going to have a new offense. I got a new coordinator. I don't think there's a problem at all. And you look at the schedule. Yeah. They start, Green Bay is obviously a tough team, but then you got Atlanta, New Orleans, Tampa Bay, and a bye week. So even if they're not 100% crisp on the offense starting the season, that gives them time to really get it going. And so, no, I don't think this is an issue.
And the schedule, the week 8 through 13 is where you have a brutal stretch of games, where the only walkover theoretically is Washington with a rookie quarterback.
No, Jacksonville's on there.
That's not, even if you don't like Trevor Lawrence, it's important for the audience that we don't fool ourselves. They were a 9-win team last year despite their quarterback getting hurt. So
Did they make
call that a
playoffs?
walkover.
I'm talking about playoffs.
No, not a walkover. I got it. The Bengals didn't make the playoffs last year. I don't think they're a walkover. Their quarterback got hurt?
Well, he actually missed more than
so
one
funny.
game.
It's so interesting.
He showed up at the stadium.
And so again, so if I can try to one day have a football conversation, I have it turn in about Trevor Lawrence.
You did it.
No, I didn't. I said week 8 through 13.
Make the playoffs.
There was what
they lost 5 of their last 6 games. So tell me they're a great team. That's a walkover team that's in the midst of a supernatural funk. Go ahead.
No, you go. Go ahead, buddy.
I'll be quiet. You want to have a quiet contest?
No, the point I was trying to make was when you go Cincinnati, Jacksonville, Dallas, Washington, the Rams, and the Ravens, the only game in there that you feel like is a guaranteed victory is a home game against Washington and a rookie quarterback. So they need to have whatever
start early.
Whatever. I'm not even saying you have to start strong. I'm saying whatever kinks in the new offense there are, or learning curve, needs to be figured out before you get to Cincinnati, because that's to me when the season gets very difficult. So the bye, I typically don't like an early bye. In this case, I actually might not hate it because of the point Brew was making. That's the actual point I was trying to make, rather than argue about Trevor Lawrence and the quality of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, to the bigger point about why is it different. It's different because they are changing coordinators.
Yep.
They're changing both coordinators. And we're just going to have to wait and see, I guess, if Kellen Moore is good.
Yeah.
That is the part where I just disagree. I don't have evidence that he's good. I know that we saw him go to the Chargers and everything fell off a cliff for them. You know what I mean? That it was a disastrous season from them. Now, again, some would say, well, their quarterback got hurt at the end of the year. I tend to think that's a legitimate reason for a team to fall off. I know others don't, but they won 5 games even before Justin Herbert got hurt and missed games at the end of the year. Dallas, what hurts Kellen Moore's tenure in Dallas, in my opinion, is he left and they were the highest scoring team in the league. They had the best point differential in their conference. They had in my opinion, Dak had the best year of his career the moment he's gone. You're right that playoff failure happened, but that was a knock on Dak with or without Kellen Moore. So I don't know.
The offense was strong under Moore, too, in Dallas.
Yes, but the fact that it got even stronger when he left makes me think, for all of Mike McCarthy's weaknesses, maybe designing offense, particularly regular season offense, maximizing the quarterback, is one of his strengths. So I don't know that getting a 95% new offense and remaking those things because you had to bring in Kellen Moore is a positive. That's the part that, for me, is a legitimate concern for the Eagles.
If they start slow, Brew, this will be why. It'll be like, well, it's a brand new offense and no Jason Kelsey.
Well, we know the problems they had last year, with the coordinators. And, obviously defense was the major problem. But I expect changes when you bring in a guy like Saquon Barkley. And again, it's a new coordinator. So, look, they got plenty of time to get used to it.
But I don't think they're changing things because they brought in Saquon.
No, it's a new coordinator. He's going to do his own thing. But I think they got plenty of time to learn.
If it doesn't go, how many games they lost? 7 of the last 8, was it?
6 of, I guess if you include the playoffs.
Include the playoffs, 7 of the last 8. If they lose 2 more, do you think like a negativity?
You mean like right away?
Yeah, then all of a sudden it's like, man, we've lost a lot of games in a row.
Well, I think that
the supernatural funk,
it would be more
on
Sirianni.
100%.
Like if they start poorly, it's going to be on him.
But I also think, and we don't ever talk about this, a lot of a new offense and as far is going to be helped along by your quarterback and your center. And the center and calling checks and protections, and all of a sudden having to install all of this new stuff without Jason Kelsey there, that to me is a legitimate concern.
I think it's real. Okay. Yeah. What is the question? Hype around the Bears, too high, too low, or just right?
Well, it's not high enough.
Okay.
Not high enough.
Well, I don't know. Caleb isn't even the first or second most hyped rookie we've had in the last 12 months. Wimby and Caitlin, far more hype. Far more hype than Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be.
Deservedly.
I don't know that.
I totally deserve it.
I don't know. Listen,
Certainly
it's a
Wimby.
great take.
Caitlin
has the most points in women's basketball history.
Yeah.
So I think that.
Okay, all right, that's
I think
fine.
that's a fair
This guy-
comparison.
All right, I'm going to, again, I know Wimby is on Brew's GOAT watch, and Brew is also Xing out 9 years of finals appearances for the Western Conference to give him to Wimby. I'm not ready to go that far. I think he is on par with those players as far as ability to come into the sport and immediately be like, that was the right pick. There's no question about it. He doesn't have that level of hype. Do you think it is on the board with DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Keenan Allen's his receivers, that Caleb puts up these numbers? Let me show you. This is a quarterback last year, their numbers. 30 touchdowns, 12 picks, 98 rating.
No. That's CJ, isn't it?
No, it's not.
It's not CJ?
4,500 passing yards. You don't think that's possible?
I mean, it's possible. I do not think that. I don't think he's
so.
going to throw for 4,500
So
yards.
the yard seems high, the touchdown seems doable. Because that quarterback last year was a blown lead away with equivalent talent, questions on defense, good offense, from being in the Super Bowl.
You think
a little
that
bit more
is-
experience.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit more.
Yeah, I understand a little more experience. I get that. That's why I'm comparing him to Jared Goff and not comparing him to the best quarterbacks in the league. It's because it's the experience gap. Again, guys, just to be clear, CJ was worth 7 more wins. Trevor, who we killed, their team win total went up 2. Mac, the team win total went up 3.
Trevor? What his go up?
Up 2.
Oh, 2.
CJ went up 7. Well, they won 7 games last year. Mack, it went up 3. Burrow played half the season, it went up 2. Herbert, it went up 2. Baker, it went up 7. Kyler, it went up 2 and a tie. He's going to be worth 3 or 4 wins. They're going to win 11 games. They're going to be in the playoffs.
But it's easier to go from 1 to 3.
That's the thing.
I don't know that I agree with you.
Than 7 to 10.
Or the argument is you won 7 games. The same argument Brew makes for the Jets all the time. You won 7 games with awful quarterback play. Now, if you
it wasn't nearly as bad as the Jets.
Now, if you just have league average quarterback play, what are you going to do?
Look, it's too high. Because you got them. Do you have them going to the Super Bowl?
We're not making our picks yet.
You're close.
Flirting
You're flirting. Rich Eisen's flirting. Too many people are flirting with them going to the Super Bowl.
It's really just me
when
and Rich.
no rookie
Rich
quarterback
riding my wave
has ever made the Super Bowl.
That seems
All right?
right.
So, none.
Your guy,
in
you
the
think
history.
Brock Purdy could have done it a year ago?
He didn't do it, though.
Because he got his elbow
didn't
broken.
do it. But he didn't do it. And here's the thing. Look, I do like Caleb. I just think it's going to be, there's going to be some ups and downs in his rookie season that you don't seem to think are going to be there.
But that's me. I guess my question is, when you say the hype, I'm the only one saying that. The expectation is they win around 9 games. The expectation is they come close but miss the playoffs. That means the hype's too low.
No, people know this because everybody's raving, they went 5-3 down the stretch. Yeah, they beat 4-win Arizona. They beat 2-win Carolina by 3 points. They beat Minnesota and Atlanta, who are both losing teams. I mean,
who do you think they're going to have to beat this year to get to 11 wins?
Well, I know they got to beat Detroit and Green Bay to win that division.
I didn't say they were going to win the division.
Dolphins have a clever idea. That's next on First Things First.
The Dolphins, this is the one.
Go ahead.
Listen, if he's worried about what they're going to hear about come playoff time, I think if he should have done the exact same bit, but set it all to 48. Because that's the degrees, right, Brew?
Oh,
is the 48.
Episode 48.
That would've been
Yes,
I actually got a better one.
But then it's a knock on Tua because the 24 nobody owns. It's the organization. Go ahead. Did I steal something?
No,
from you?
I was going to say make it 48 degrees or below in the building.
Constantly.
But I mean,
now that's a good idea.
I think they're look.
I knew he was going to do this bit.
48
He loves
degrees
this
or
bit.
below because he hasn't won a game. But I'm serious, Nick. I don't want to do it to the whole team. But maybe just Tua.
Just the quarterback
in the QB room.
Just chilling.
Wherever. I mean, you got to get this dude. I'm kind of joking.
No, you're
but
not
maybe
joking.
would it help a little?
You're not joking.
He gets used to cold weather.
I mean,
I bet you he'd be better if he was in 48-degree weather all the time.
Yeah, there
Or
you go.
40 degrees or whatever, and he was cold.
Sure.
And
Wild.
also, you could put up posters around the facility of playoff teams.
Oh, they're
Because you can't beat playoff teams.
Oh.
They're 1-6 against
Well,
playoff
I
teams.
wouldn't do
Think you're
that.
going to hear about that come playoff time?
That's the thing. They're going to hear about that.
The Chiefs, the Bills, the teams
we
you got
know
to
who was in
beat,
the
the Cowboys.
Wilds loves
They
this
can't
story.
do it.
All right, well, I have one question, then one take. The question is, and this is serious, are these meetings starting 24 minutes late or 6 minutes?
6 minutes early.
They're starting 6 minutes. And when do they end? Are they running 6 minutes long? And if I have a meeting, suppose the meeting's at 3:24, I want to start a meeting at 3. My meeting has to start at
3:24.
It has no. I want to have a meeting before that.
Yeah.
Now my half-hour meeting, I have
2:24.
to start. Oh, this is also. I like Mike McDaniel a lot. I think he's a brilliant guy. I do. I think he's a brilliant guy. I'm a Dolphins guy.
And this is how
I'm rooting for the
sometimes
Dolphins.
brilliant people think.
At the same time, I think some of these motivational tactics rub up against silliness.
Okay.
Here's my favorite example from a few years ago. It was the ping pong table. Do you remember this, bro? That's a big story.
Yes.
Mike McDaniel put a ping pong table in the middle of the Dolphins locker room to really up the competition. Problem was, it worked too well. So then Tyreek Hill took it upon himself to take the ping pong table out of the locker room. And here's what Mike
Because he was
McDaniel
losing?
said. Yeah, they were losing, so the ping pong table has to leave.
Not losing in ping pong, losing in football.
Yeah,
games.
so like we got to get locked in. And McDaniel said Tyreek and the captains decided they wanted to take a step forward with their opponent prep.
Yeah.
So he made the move to take the ping pong tables out of the locker room.
So
to me,
it
that's
it
leadership.
backfired.
Yeah.
So then someone obviously asked Tyreek, like, man, great leadership. Tyreek said, actually, not the case. The ping pong table got bent, and I'm getting a brand new ping pong table with a big dolphin on it.
Yeah.
So McDaniel lied to him.
No, he didn't
McDaniel
lie.
didn't know,
It was
it
just a little
seems.
bit.
Oh, he didn't know?
The moral of the story is this.
That was great. I forgot about the whole saga.
Sometimes I think that the Patriots ruled the AFC East for so long just because Bill Belichick was a serious guy and wasn't allowing any silliness into the locker room. The one silly thing he did, he dressed up for Halloween, went viral for 2 decades. The Bills got the Lombardi trophy that they put up last year, then they took it down. They didn't want to do that. The Jets are doing God knows what. And now we got Ping Pong Gate, and we got starting meetings at 24.
Can I just
It's
real
driving-
quick?
it's a little silly.
I have a counterpoint, then one thing for Bruce thoughts on. The counterpoint is the last 5 years Belichick's been there, and he was just as serious, and these other teams were just as silly. But you had Mac Jones at quarterback, and so you guys kept finishing last.
Oh, really? Did we? I thought we were in the playoffs. I could have sworn that we had an offensive
I think
coordinator
it was
in the
maybe
playoffs.
less about lack of ping
Hey,
pong
Dust.
and more about who.
I
the
know I got
quarterback
the
was.
one thing wrong, the Kyrie 39 points.
Have you won the
Can you see
division
if Max
since
Jones started a
Tom-
playoff game as a
Okay,
rookie?
And
We'll
then,
see if Caleb
and then
does
the last
that.
one is Brew. Here's the real story here. Mike McDaniel has definitively said they're not S-Bob.
Oh, that's
They're
a good
win
point.
a playoff game or bust.
Bob.
It's not been 24 years since they won a Super Bowl. It's been
That's interesting.
It's been 52 years since they won a Super Bowl. It's been 24 years since they
That
won a
would be
playoff
easier
game.
to start
so
the
he's
meeting
saying,
8 minutes
low
early.
bar.
right?
A low bar.
Well, it's where he's setting it, right or wrong. He's saying we got to win
It's
a
been
playoff
32
game.
years?
52.
Oh, 50.
52.
I guess you'd be starting 8 minutes early
Yeah.
if you start at 52. You could have done that.
Could have done it.
I don't think that's
With all the
right.
moves they made over the summer,
You're starting every meeting
probably
at
should've-
52?
it's a low bar. One playoff win?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.